Hi and welcome to this episode. If you could remember, we're able to get to this point. Um, right. Okay. Hold on. I need to do something. Um, okay. So if you could remember, we're able to get to this point where we're able to generate just a particular structural member. You can repeat that process for all of them. Okay. I just quickly want to go back to my model. Okay, sorry, I think I minimized something and oh no, this is not what I want to see. Okay, it's behind. I can't find it. I think this is it. No. I minimized it just now. Okay, but then we can just double click on this and get back to it, right? Right, so we are here. Um, so there is one very important settings from here that you need to bring out. So when you come to filter settings here, and this solid, very important. Okay, make sure you turn on this solid, and so that you will be able to have those those uh, those particular connections that we highlighted. We want to generate a special, we want to generate their detailing so that we can be able to have more details on those connections here. So all you need to do once you have your model here, those areas are already been cycled. You are going to see them cycled. If you come to your tools here and click on connection detail drawing, automatically the software will generate those detailings for you for those connections. Okay, so let's wait for it. It's loading in the background, and let's see what we have here. So mind you, the only member I generated assembly drawing for is just my columns. So you can do repeat that same process for all of them. Okay, so you can see all our connections have been generated. You can see the connection here, and then it's going to come out based on what I labeled it as. So this is B to C, that is beam to column connection 1. This is truss connection 1. This is based on actually the name I gave it. Okay, and it's going to come out exactly for me that way. But there are some more information I would like to show you. Okay, I think this will make more sense if we generate our cross section. There was a cross section that we generated. I can't remember. I think it's not here. Let's create the section all over again. Sorry, I'll come to my model view. Let's come back to my model view. Okay, it's loading. Okay, so on this model view, let's say, okay, look at that view. How was I not able to see that on so I can find it here. The new view is here. So let me come back to my drawing. This is it. So this is that view that I was able to create the other time. If you could remember, the name is new view. So if I create a view, this is not what I want. Oh, this is not what I want. Yes, yes. So let's go back to the model view. Sorry. All right, let me just quickly create that, right? I think something is wrong with this but let me just, okay, there were some elements that let me show everything. Okay, yeah, I hit these particular slabs, if you could remember from the beginning. Let me create a view by 2 points. So I'll click here and I'll click here. Sorry, I have to click that properly in order for me to create. So that is my first point. Let me zoom properly to see what I'm doing. This is my second point. I'm not getting it right. Okay, let me create this from let me rotate this a bit. I think it's going to be better this way. So you must position it properly and better, or else you won't click this point and click this point. Okay, I'm not getting it. All right, let me use it, or let me rotate this building. Okay, I think I've gotten a better idea of what to do. My major focus is the steel model itself, right? So I'm going to just pick this section from here. Sorry, let me go rotate this properly. Oh my god. All right, let me use this point and this point. I think it's going to be way better for me. So I'll pick this point and I will pick this point. Okay, now you can see that has created okay, didn't capture the steel, member. So I tried to come back. It's giving me this. Sometimes you can just use your property here and make sure you bring everything back to 0 0, and then click on apply and click on OK. Your entire model will come back, right? And then so well, sometimes when you have issues like that, I think it was showing as a wireframe. This was how it was showing. You can click on this drop down menu, change it to either solid or change to contour solid, however you feel is going to be way better for you. This I will have to get this honestly, or else I won't. It's not a much of a challenge. So if you are not picking it at the right position, you know, we have our base plates at that point, so I'm sure I'm not picking it correctly. So but let's try it around here. I'm sure it will be able to get it right. So I'll pick the first point. Make sure you are picking it. You can see those, that line there, like a showing like a perpendicular sign. Similarly for this, so once you are able to get it here, it should work. All right, so this is our view. So I can as well name this view. I think this should be it. I can rename it to although I'm not sure if this is it. I'm seeing another new view, but let me just name this one too. Okay, good. This is not what I want, so I'm going to close this one. So this one is what I want to use. So let's go back to our drawing. This one, I will just right click on it and click on create viewport. So I'm going to have it here. So you can see these are cycled, although this is the 3D model, right? So we are in the right position. You can go as far as taking the dimension so as to know what is the length from here to here, here to here, before you print out your drawings, right? So all you need to do is you can come to your dimension and use the horizontal as the name implies. Pick your points to know what you have. You can see automatically it's giving me the distance of these 2 points, right? So similarly you can do for, although I made a mistake there, so you use the horizontal dimension for horizontal lines. So this is what I have, the distance from here to here, right? So if you want to do for this, you can as well do that. You can pick 2 points. Sorry, let me take horizontal, click, click, click. You can see I'm able to get for multiple points. Once I'm done, I will just click the last point and then I will right click. So you can see I've been able to get the dimension for this. So similarly, you can get for the vertical as well. So if you are very conversant with your AutoCAD, I don't think using this should be difficult for you, right? So this is basically how to use this. And for your align, just as the name implies, you can use it for in a case where you have a member like this. You can pick for your align, right? Pick, right click. So this is what you have. So this is basically how to use this tool. Let's see what else. Although I was trying to explain annotate selected profile, annotate settings profile. Now you can annotate any profile. Okay, so all of these our details, you can see, although it's well detailed, you can see this one is telling you this member UKA 90 by 90 by 8. Okay, so all you need to do is just to select that member and it brings out it tells you what structural member. Right, so we have spoken extensively on all of this. Let's come back here and see if there's something I can still say about so let's wait for this 3D. Right, this is just giving me some, I'm limited to this. I don't know, it's not switching the views. Let me come back to view, come back to 3D model. So once it gives you something like this, just right click, come to view properties, make sure you change this to 0, also change this to 0, apply and click OK. So the entire model will come back, right? So each of these connections, you can see we are under view. You can do something like the color coding, so as to know the members that have unchecked, unrelated, that have failed, and the members that have passed. So you can see most of the members are not related. Some of them are unchecked. Some have failed, like this connection have failed. These connections here have failed, and then some of the connections have really passed. So if you want to get some detailed information about any of these connections, you can simply just double click on it. You can see it's telling me the thickness of the plate and all of that. So some of times these failures could be as a result of maybe the thickness of your connection. You can go a long way by changing some of this information, the detailing information, the geometry of this particular connection, and then by so doing It may some of them may pass. You have to keep trying until you get the best thickness for each of these that goes better. And then if you come to your drawings and reports, you can generate, the essence of Prota Steel is to create connections for your steel members. Most especially I think that is the basic reason for the Prota Steel, in order for you to create connections for your steel members, and you can generate a design report for your steel members. So you can see I have been able to select this particular gusset plate. I can as well view the design report for this particular plate by just clicking on it. Come to drawings and reports, and then if I come to create, you can see I can be able to view this report. This is the report that has been generated for me by the software. So by just, if I double click on it, I should be able to access these reports. You can see that the report is actually very great. Let it open so that you can see for yourself. You will see it generates even with a diagram, shows you the entire calculation. So you can see this is it. Let me open this. You can see what I have. So it tells you everything. You can see the based on this well shear resistance, everything here has passed. So if you view the report for those particular members that are failed, sometimes you realize maybe there is just one thing you need to do for it to pass. Okay, so if let's say I click on this connection, and I come to my reports to view the reports for this, there are tendency that you will have maybe for the major part of the connection may pass, maybe just one aspect of it that will fail, that may probably require you to actually make a little change, and then it will pass. So it's really interesting. The software is really great, as you can see for yourself. It's a very interesting software, a very powerful software. I believe by now I have been able to talk extensively on Prota Structure, Prota Detail, Prota Steel. Although we've not spoken about Prota Detail yet, so we'll go to Prota Detail to demonstrate for us to see what Prota Detail can do for us. All right. So if you view these reports very well, it's just like I said, you will discover that the bolt bearing capacity has failed. You can see the bolt group shear resistance for the major part of the entire work. You realize that the connection has passed in some of the major areas. The end plate in shear has failed, so you realize it's not a very serious failure. So in that case, we'll just probably have to do some little adjustment, and all of this will be satisfied. So you can see this is 92.73 kilonewton, is greater than or equals to V116.67 kilonewton, right? So once you do this and it's satisfied, this will definitely pass. So so far so good. I'm sure we have been able to do some little justice as far as review is to Prota Structure 2024. So what I'm going to do is to, sorry, I don't want to close this. Okay, I can leave it open while I come back to my Prota Structure. Like, the Prota Structure is where you do your entire model of your work. The Prota steel is where you do your steel connection. Then the Prota detail is where you generate the detailing of your reinforced concrete designs. Okay, so like the software is in three models. Is in We have the Prota steel, the Prota structure, the Prota detail. Although now we have the Prota BIM, where you can easily integrate between Revit software and Prota structure. Maybe as we proceed, we are going to also talk about that. But as far as this review is concerned, we may not talk about the Prota BIM. But as we go further, I'm going to show you how that works as well. So let's as you can see here from the Prota structure directly itself, you can view some of your detailing. Okay, like you can see if you come to your drawings and reports, for example, if I just want to have a little glance of how my detailing looks like, because the Prota structure itself, the detailing itself, there are a lot of settings that you may probably need to do. How you want your detailing to actually appear is very important, because you can do your entire design and then the detailing may not be well represented as you want it to be. Okay, so there are a lot of settings that you may probably need to do. So if you come to your settings and settings center, you will see all the list of structural members. You can see they are here. You can see we have column and shear wall is here, the beam is here, the slab, the foundation, the staircase, retrofit walls. They are all here. Mind you, I didn't talk about form work. You can create a form work for all of these. You can create a form work. Okay, a form work can be created for all your structural members. You can create a form work for them. Okay, so but then let me just quickly run through and show you some of the rebar. You can see this one is for the design. Okay, but for rebar, which is the reinforcement bars, that's basically what it means. You can see the column containment. You can see here single links, all of this, although I may not talk about this. But if you look at let's come here. You can see from here you can be able to specify each of your structural member, although from your building analysis there you can as well specify your reinforcement bar on each of your structural member. But you can as well do it from here too. Most especially for slab, I will always advise that by the time you set it in your building analysis, when you go to building analysis, there is a provision for you to make adjustment to the size of the reinforcement, the grade of your concrete, the grade of your steel. Okay, although I probably did not show that part, the software is somehow a bit wide as well. So the review may not necessarily be able to touch every area, but we'll be able to at least touch some of the major aspects of the software, in order for you to just have a better overview of how the software actually works. You can see this is the slab uh, rebar. Although let's come back to the detailing aspects. You can view the detailing of you can see this is basically how the detailing for uh, your column is going to look like. You can adjust, arrange your settings how you want it to look like. You can see the outside of the longitudinal bar, that's the lateral web bar placement. So if I change this to inside, you can see it has changed from the preview. What that means is that in my detailing of my column, this is how it is going to appear. Okay, so you can set this according to how you know your detailing is represented in your country. So however you are going to do it on your site, that is basically how you should set it. Okay, so that is that for column. You can see for the elevation, you can take out your time to go through all of this. It's very important because whatever settings you do here is going to affect your detailing when you go to the Prota detail itself. So these settings are very important for you to actually do. Now if you come for your beam, similarly, although I'm not going to look at all of this, but I'm going to come straight to the detailing here. Okay, so you can see these are the basic information: number of beam, elevation per insertion row, horizontal spacing between elevation. Let's come to curtailment. Good. Now this place, at this place you can actually change this to however you want it. It has options for you to lap bar inside support. So the moment I click on this, you will realize that there is a change automatically. If I bring it back here, you realize there is a change. Okay, so it's very important for you to actually arrange your detailing, do all the necessary settings you need to do from here on all your structural members before you take them to your Prota detail. So similarly, just like we did for the column, for the beam, is the same way you do for the slab, the same way you do for the footing as well. So this is basically how it's like to arrange your settings. There is more to these settings beyond just the detailing, but it's important that you come through and go through all of this yourself so that you can understand what is going on there. You can see if you come to the project preference here, you can see here calculated by, you will have to type in the name of who designed this project, who control the project, who draw this project. It is going to be presented by who, then who is the client, the project title, propose 10-bedroom duplex or 5-bedroom duplex, however, whatever is the name of that project number, what is this project date, let's say October 2024, for example, project address number 14B, Kamuru Close, Karji, maybe Jos, Plateau State, however. So these are basically the major settings you need to, by the time you put this now in your report, when you generate your design report, all of these informations are going to appear there. Okay, so if you leave it blank, it is definitely going to be blank on your report. So it's important you do all of these necessary settings. Although this video has already been able to cover extensively, this is the part 4 of this entire review on a Prota Structure 2024. All right, so in the next episode we'll be going deeper into showing you how to actually generate your detailed drawing in the Prota detail. Okay, but then quickly, maybe if I must have skipped some part of these very important settings, if you come to your building analysis, this is where you will have to set the grade of your concrete, the grade of your steel that you want to use, the size of each structural member, the size of each steel grade, steel member you want to use on each structural member. Very important that you come and arrange all of these, or else by default the software has a default settings, and some of these reinforcements may not be very available in the market for you, so you have to do all of those settings and arrange them. So this is one very important settings that you must do. Okay, so you can see by just simply clicking there, automatically it brings me here listing all the grade of concrete for me. So however, whichever type of grade of concrete I want to use, if all my structural members are going to be one grade of concrete, I can just click on apply to all members, and it's going to apply to all the members. You can see all of them now are 410 for my grade of steel. Rather, this is not concrete, this is steel. So similarly for concrete, I can actually select the grade of concrete I want to use. So for my concrete, I will use this or use 20, however that I want to use. I can also similarly apply to all. Now mind you, I mentioned steel. What I mean here is this is reinforcement bars. So this reinforcement bars means it is going to be casted with a concrete. Okay, but this is steel bars. Sorry, these are steel members. Okay, so these are steel members. You can also select the grade. You can see for steel column is 270, for my steel beam 270. So however, you can change the steel grade from here as well. Mind you, like I told you earlier on, you can actually design a you can actually design form work. Okay, so you can see this is a timber frame member that is giving you here. You can see your sheeting here. So so your form work, to do your form work is just for you to select any of the member, and once you select the member, you can see this menu for form work is here. You can also insert column jacket. This column jacket is retrofitting. Okay, maybe the column section is not very sufficient enough. This is very useful for maybe an existing building. You want to retrofit that, you can just add the jacket thickness, let's say is 150. However, the grade of the concrete, grade of steel, you can select all of that and then just click on it. And once you click apply, you can see the analysis result will not be validated. So I don't want to go through that process anymore, but you can go through it to see how that is going to affect your design. Similarly, you can see this is your form work. You can select the plate, you can select what thickness. You can see, just select the thickness, the joist at what this is 50 by 100 size. This stringer is 50 by 100 as well. However, once you just do that, you can click on renew design. Once you click on renew design, automatically it will redesign it for you, and then you will be able to have your form work. Okay, so it may not display on your model, but that form work, once we generate our detailing, you will see that form work in our Prota detail. So similarly for your column, for your beam rather, you can also do the same thing. You can come here, you can see this is the form work. It's giving you a preview of how it's going to look like. You can just click on redesign. So once you click on redesign, once it shows you everything green, the design is successful. That means everything has passed. You can just click on OK. So we are good to go. We have been able to cover most of the major aspects of uh, the Prota structure. Alright, so if you love what you are seeing, just like this video and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel. It's actually 100% free. Click on the bell icon so as for you to always get a notification whenever I post videos like this. I post videos like this on a weekly, sometimes on a daily, just to encourage as many that actually want to have a deeper insight of design. Make sure you stay safe and stay blessed.